Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Tao from Amazonian Angelfish. And in this video here, I will be taking you guys along with me to my local fish swap meet located here in New Berlin, Wisconsin. In this video here, I will be filming from my point of view from a vendor's perspective. And you know, it's not as easy as just bagging your fish, coming up to the fish swap meet, showing up. It's more than that. There's a lot of nitty-gritty stuff that goes down, and I just want to showcase that to you guys, a different perspective in the fish keeping hobby. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Good morning, guys. It is still dark outside, the butt crack of dawn. Alright guys, so it is 6:50 right now, and this is the fish room. I just turned on the lights and the fish are just starting to wake up right now. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the swap meet, and just looking through all of the fish that I have right now. Some are spawning, and some of the pairs here I will get them ready for the swap meet. This pair right here, definitely I will get them bagged up and ready to the swap meet. And same with this pair right here. This pair right here is always constantly breeding, and I just, I don't have the space for them and everything, so I'm just gonna go around the fish room and show you guys how the pair looks like. This guy and the black female over there, she did bred a couple days ago, but I think the snails got to the eggs or something like that. I haven't turned on all the lights yet. I'm just still working on that right now, and be bringing all these black babies right here, hopefully to get rid of all of them before I come back home. Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the lights on right now, just so that you guys can see them better. And the koi's here, I'm trying to get rid of them, so definitely going to be a little bit cheaper, just so that I can just get rid of all of them. And I'm going to explain to you guys my thought process of pricing them and everything. This pair right here will be also available for sale. This is one of the tank that I want to hopefully get rid of some of the inhabitants in here. And I'm going to be keeping some of the guys in here, the ones that are just, these two specifically, I'm getting rid of them. And this one right here, the big black male right here, I want to get rid of just because he's the biggest one, and I want this one to become the dominant male. So I'm getting rid of two of the black silvers and the black ghost over here, the dominant male. So yeah, that's the plan for now. And coming along with me here, I'm going to be bringing 3 of my wall shelf here. I was shopping with the wife, and I was at the home decor aisle, and I saw these shelves here, and I'm gonna be taking them along with me to hold the fish upright. Just doing something a little bit different here. Maybe like this will help with people seeing the fish compared to the fish just laying on the ground. And 3 of these here are pretty big right here. They do fill up most of my couch downstairs here. And yeah, just want to let you guys know that I found this one at, I believe it was Burlington. TJ Maxx also have some of these too for $17.99, so it's not a bad deal. And we'll see how they turn out at the swap meet. Alright, update, almost an hour in, and this is how the fish room is looking like. It's a disaster in here going on in here. Always chaos everywhere. I'm doing water changes at the same time as prepping the floor over here, because it's gonna be catching fish, it's gonna be wet. Got the bags set up, got the boxes to hold the bags, and I got my funnel here. The reason why I'm doing water change here is because I want the fish to stay in the bag here with clean water, but not too much new water. Because what I found is that, just in my personal experience, is that If I use all new water in here, the water chemistry is just too much for the fish. The fish don't die or anything, but I do notice that they do suffer a little bit, and they're not happy and everything. So what I do is I do like a 50% water change. You know, I've been busy doing everything here, just juggling things around. So the fish gets new water. I did vacuum it with a python here, vacuum up all the poop on the bottom of the floor there, and then use the pump right there to help me with water removal. And then just I'm gonna fill it back up now, and once it's filled back up, I'm gonna go to this station over here. So this is the funnel that I use. I got this one from Burlington as well. I think this is an auto funnel that you use for like fixing cars, but I use it for like fish. And what this does is that I set this up like this. I will have more bags after this, but initially this is how I set up, and it's just the most efficient way for me. So what I do with this is that I have the funnel here, and I'll get water, and what I do is I use the pitcher right here. The pitcher here is I get the water from the tank over there, and I put it in here, and then I pretty much use the big funnel right here. I just use the funnel to go from bag to bag to bag here, so that I don't have to worry about any water spillage or anything like that. So that helps out. I fill these bags up with water, and then I'm gonna go ahead and catch the fish in here. In my opinion, I believe that doing water change prior to bagging them really helps them out with, you know, being happy in the bag and everything. Some people, they don't do the water change. They just go ahead and, you know, straight up just catch the fish and throw them in the bag. But you know, that's not how I work. I do care about these guys right here, and I do care about providing good service to my customers here, and you know, making sure that your fish is happy is my top priority. And doing the water change here, I do perform a lot of water change on this specific tank right here, just because it has so much fish in here. And as you guys can see, no matter what I do water changing here, it's never gonna be as good as the tanks that has very little fish. You guys can definitely see the difference in color of the water here. This one's more tea colored. I have been doing water change on this one more often recently, just because it has a lot of inhabitants. This one required less water change. I've actually done less water change with this one, but this one is not as tea colored, so that just means that, you know, there's a lot of poop in here, there's a lot of fish in here. So doing a water change prior to bagging them is number one thing for me, to make sure that these guys are happy and healthy in the bag. If I don't do that, then they might have like ammonia burn or something like that. Not saying that this tank has ammonia, it is fully cycled. And also prior to that, I do withhold them of food. Another word is just starving them for a whole day, and don't feeding them. That way it allows them to poop all the poop that is in of their digestive tracts and everything, so that way they don't poop in the bag and everything. That goes the same to all of these other fish over here. The ones that I am selling, the tanks that I'm selling, I don't feed them at all. Same with this tank right here, and same with that tank right here. I do a 50% water change in there, just as I, you know, said in the past. I am going to be selling out of this tank right here, but because there's eggs in the fish tank right here, and eggs right here, wigglers right here, some of the pairs here that I'm going to be keeping, I'm not going to be doing any water change here. So I'm just going to be doing a water change within the bag. So what that means is that I'm going to fill the bag with halfway up with this tank water, and then I'm going to add in new water from the tap and add in a little bit water conditioner into the bag, so that way they have the 50% water change within the bag. And that's just how I do it, and that way it makes the fish a little bit more happier, and you know, it shows that I care about my fish and everything. And that's just what I do. Alright, and after the water change, as you guys can see right here, the color difference of the tank, this one is still a little bit tinted yellow, just because it just have so many fish in here. And but it's not as yellow as before. It's more like a clear color or a colorless color, if that makes sense, compared to this one over here. So yeah, doing the water change really helps them out, and right now they are already settled in and looking very happy. I think they're already like looking for food and everything like that. Some of you guys might wonder how come I don't bag the fish or prep the fish the night before. Some people do that, some vendors do that. However, I care a lot about my angelfish, and I don't want them to be in the bag for extended period of time. I know that they will be able to survive and live and everything, but I just want them to be in the bag for at least amount of time as possible. That way the fish are happy and healthy, and that is my goal. Alright, so after the water change and prep and everything, getting these bags out here and everything, getting them all ready to go, and putting the water inside of these bags right here, it is definitely, I only have like an hour and a half or not even to get these guys going, because traveling over there will take 30 minutes from here to my house. I want to get there at 9 to set up. It gives me an hour to set up, and then the swap meet opens at 10, so you really have to work with like the timing and everything. So I gave myself an hour and a half just to, you know, bag all these guys up and everything. So right now we're just gonna move on over to the fish here. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of how they look like right now and what my thought process is of catching these guys and pricing these guys here. So as you guys can see here, there are some that has more red coloration. These will be the chasers of all the bags, and there'll be some that has a lot of red on them, like those and those two in the back over there. And then there will be some where they're like colorless or has very little pigmentation on them, kind of like this guy right here where they don't have the deep red coloration. So definitely for sure, I think according to how they look like right now, it's gonna be half and half. So I'm gonna put probably 4 in each bag, so it's gonna have 2 of the more redder color like that guy and 2 of the colorless one like that guy right there. And yeah, so there, it's gonna be the coloration is gonna be all over the place here, and it's gonna be for $15 a bag. It's cheap in my opinion. If you do come over to my fish room, because they do have the chase. The chase is pretty much more like the colorful ones, like that one right there. Those will be like the more expensive one, and you would get the premium one. These are pretty much just like the leftovers of all the fish that are not bought yet, and they're still pretty good in terms of like for anyone that are not like a hardcore angelfish keeper, or if they want to get into the, you know, angelfish species. So ones that look like that one, you know, their fins is good and everything. Let me see if I can tap on it. The ones that look like that guy, let's see, there's another one. There you go. If you look at the nuchal hump, see if I can make him turn again. If you look at the nuchal hump right there, there's a dip right there at the top of the head right there. And those I will also look for like deformities and everything. Same with the kois. I don't see as much deformity in them. I did cull one time already, so these guys should be pretty good, but there will be some that doesn't have a fin or so. I think one of the more colorful one doesn't have a fin. Those will be definitely culled. I don't want to, like that guy right there, he's missing a ventral fin. I won't be bringing any of those to the fish swap, so I will have to look at the fish very closely before bagging them. So every fish that goes through me, I do have to make sure that I have the quality control. They have all their fins intact and everything. They have all their eyes and everything, the whole 9 yards. So the ones that don't look good, I'm definitely not going to bag them, just because to keep them out of breeding. You know, these angelfish keeper, the ones that will be getting these guys right here or getting into the angelfish species, they will be attempting to breed these guys maybe in the near future, and who knows what's going to happen once they leave my hand. So I just want to make sure that they have good pool of genetics out there and not messing up the genetic pools with all the deformities and all that stuff. So that's just how I do it. And I do look at these guys individually. I'll show you guys what goes inside of a bag and how they look like and everything. And now that they are in a container, obviously they aren't as pretty anymore. So this is how they look like typically in a bag. So it has like a very wide assortment of colors in here. The two on the left hand side is the two that has more color, and the two on the right hand side are the two that has the lesser of the colors, and that's how it's gonna look like in each bag. Obviously it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking more for like the red on the dorsal fin, and then this is the bag for you. But you know, every bag is different in terms of color and like finnage. I try to catch like at least 2 veils in the bag and 2 standard in the bag, but you know, sometimes that's not how it turns out, so we'll see how it is. And it might not be 4 in each bag. Some bag might be 3, but you know, that bag might be a little bit cheaper too, for others that don't want to spend the extra buck for, you know, for the extra one. So it's just how it is, and prices is varying depending on each bag, depending on the number. For now, I'm gonna go with 4 fish per bag, but we'll see how it is in the end. I'll see how many I have left to see if it can fit. Time right now is almost 7:45. I should have 45 minutes left to go here. And the kois are all bagged up and everything. This is the station that I set up the table and everything, and over here are all the kois. I'm gonna go ahead and get them all bagged, get them all rubber band tied and everything. So at this step, I want to make sure that they are at a level where I don't have to work so hard, because I'm fat and my stomach is preventing me from getting too low on the ground. So right now I have 4 in each bag. Alright, so the kois are all bagged up and everything here, so I'm gonna go ahead and catch all the dark angelfish. Alright guys, so these are the black babies here. They are a little bit bigger than dime size right now, and I'm not gonna record the process, bore you guys or anything. The process is pretty much gonna be the same as bagging up all the kois, and I just want to show you how the black babies look like right now, so that you guys see how they look like. And they're looking pretty good. That one right there, right next to the snail, is looking pretty good. They all have that similar body shape and size. I'm gonna go ahead and put 5 in each bag, and they will be for sale for 15 bucks a piece. So definitely, if you come to my fish room, or if you guys directly order from me, contact me. I will give you guys the premium ones, the best looking ones that I can find, because I am charging at this size 8 bucks a piece. But if you guys want in bulks, then it's just whatever I can catch, and it's, you know, random catch of the net, just like the kois. I will try to put qualities in the kois in terms of having a balance, but for these guys, since they all look the same, it's just gonna be a random catch of the net. Man, it is almost 8:30 and I'm supposed to be leaving by 8:30. I do not have any of the adults bagged up or anything yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly bag them up. Just want to show you guys that the tank right here is all cleared of the black babies, and all the guys in here are the leftovers. These are the ones that needs to be culled. I'm gonna go ahead and catch this beautiful pair right here. This pair is for sale for 200 bucks. It is the best pair that I have for now for the Philippine blue, and as you guys see right there, the eggs are right there, and you guys definitely can see the finnage of these guys. These guys are constantly breeding, and these two are up and about now. The female is this black one right here. This is the parent to all the black babies that I have over there, and over here is the male. Let's see if the female would move out of the way, and that's the male right there. Very beautiful male, and this pair is for sale for 100 bucks. And this is also the pair right here, the 25% Santa Isabel. And this guy is a very ferocious guy. Let's see, if I open this, he definitely would try to attack me. Just like that, he constantly would always trying to attack me, splashing water every time I feed him. So he's a very aggressive little fella here. Well, not actually little fella, but a very big fella. Alright guys, we have made it to the fish swap. Welcome to the Milwaukee Aquarium Society fish swap, located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. This is my second time attending a fish swap here, and the first time was before I became Amazonian Angelfish, before I founded it. But yeah, this is officially the first time Amazonian Angelfish appears on the Milwaukee Aquarium Society fish swap. And man, it feels good to be back. It's very rejuvenating. I'm happy to see new faces, familiar faces. Everybody's here very friendly, and I just did a quick walk around here just to showcase you guys how the fish swap looks like. And of course, as any other fish swap, I try to avoid people's face, just focusing on the products that is available here. So pardon me for going by quick, but you know, I wish you guys were there if you guys weren't there. If you guys were there already, you guys saw everything already. So originally I wanted it to be here 1 hour before opening starts. However, because I was filming and I didn't catch the adults yet, it took me a while until I was actually finally ready to get going. I only had 30 minutes there when I arrived, and man, everything was so hectic. Before we came, the car was out of gas. I gotta go gas up, and I didn't have any small bills for change for the customers. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And it was a Sunday, banks were all closed. I was struggling, y'all. But anyways, we made it here. We gassed up, and I got some change from the gas station. It broke up $100. But you know, apparently that was enough for, you know, this swap meet here. One thing that I love about being a vendor, and I know that I mentioned this multiple times in the past, is that you gotta come early. You know, you gotta come early. You get the best deal, and you know, you get the best quality. One thing as a vendor is that I truly get the MVP spot. I'm the first person there checking out the whole entire place, seeing what everyone has to offer, and man, it was very, very fun, very, very exciting for me. And unfortunately I didn't pick up anything from here, just because I had one goal in mind, and that is downsizing my fish room. That's right, downsizing in terms of the angelfish that I have, so that I can have more tank space to breed more angelfish in the future. And I had to really hold myself back. If I'm gonna get something from here, it's gonna take up the tank space that I'm working so hard just to get. So I was really, really self-controlled. It hurts me just being the first person there, but being unable to buy anything at all. Alright guys, we are getting close to my table here, and I'm gonna show you guys how I set up my table here, walking around and everything, being a fish swap meet. I was looking around to see how people set up their shop, and I kind of got an idea. By the time that I got to my table, the crowd of people was released behind me, and there's like customers coming everywhere from both entrants. This time around they opened 2 entrants, so the customer came from everywhere, and it was like my table was flocked. And this is the only part of me filming my table here before the customer was there, and I had to get out of the way. So I'm gonna pause the video right here. This is my shop right here. I wish I had more time to, you know, film it and show you guys how I did my setup and everything. But you know, how I set this up here is using the 3 shelf that I showed you guys earlier. I pretty much just took off the backing, and the shelf holds the fish bag, and I had some LED light strip, and I just pretty much put those on the top 2 racks. In my personal opinion, having fish that is on a shelf like this is more appealing, and along with that is with the lights. You know, if it's the fish is in the bag and laying down on the table, like as you guys see the slates there, in my personal opinion, people, and that's including me, I think it's human nature just be more visually attracted to things that is at an eye level, and more visually attracted to lights. And you know, being able to see the fish and having a bigger bag to allow the fish to swim in it, and you know, and not just like going around from table to table just looking at names. You know, whenever I do that, I guess that's one of my pet peeves, is that going to a fish swap, all I'm looking at is just names, and all I'm looking at is just you know, writings that's on the bag, and I really want to see what's inside of the bag instead of just labels, you know. And that's one of the things that bothers me. So that's the reason why I did this kind of setup, you know, show the customers, show everyone here what's exactly it's in the bag. And angelfish is an iconic fish, and I don't need a label that's angelfish. I don't need to label that it's a koi or it's black angelfish. If they have special genetics, I will write that down, but in this case it's just koi and black angelfish and silver angelfish. So that's pretty much all that I had here. So yeah, this is my setup and I love everything about it. There's definitely a lot of improvements that needs to be done for my setup here, but you know, the first time being Amazonian angelfish here, I like it. Along with my angelfish, I also had some of my retired equipments from my previous fish room before I moved to my current house. And on the other side here, it's also another shelf of angelfish. Alright guys, so we are back into the fish room here. This is what's left over after this fish swap. These are pretty much the 3 pairs that I brought over there, which I kind of already figured out that these won't gonna be sold. So but yeah, I just wanted to bring them with me just to offer them to the community, and you know, if anyone that wants them can just take them home. But apparently no one wants them, so that's all right. I'll save them for later, and you know, if in the future if I want to breed these guys, I'm gonna go ahead and keep their babies. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them back into their tank. Alright, so this pair in here, the very mean guy that's in here splashing water everywhere, they're just chilling out in here for now. And obviously without the protection of the parents, the snail did eat all of the eggs, unfortunately, but that's alright. I didn't intend on keeping any of these eggs anyways. As for the other pair, the blue pair that has eggs, the eggs are still there. The snail haven't gotten to it yet, so this is one of the experiments that I always wanted to do. What happens if I take out the parents? If they are reintroduced back into the tank, will they know the eggs are still there and everything? Will they know that, you know, they're back home, even though they're stressed out for the 6 hour going to the swap and being bagged up and everything? Coming back here, I really do wonder how they're gonna react to their eggs. This is one of the aspects of fish keeping that I don't ever want to experiment on, but you know, I wanted to offer these guys to the community, whoever that wants them. This is like a little experiment that I always want to do, and here it is, you know. So we'll see what happens, how the parents will react to the eggs, see if the parents is going to be eating the eggs or anything like that. So we'll see. As for this pair over here, they're doing fine. The males just head down, so I think there's just lack of room instead of the bag here. So I'm gonna go ahead and release the pair in here. Thank you guys for coming out to the fish swap. I truly appreciate it, coming out to my table, saying hi to me and chit-chatting. Man, I love every single aspect of it. I truly appreciate you guys coming out there, getting all these koi in this tank here and getting all my black babies. At the end of the fish swap, I only had 3 bags left of the babies, and there was a family and they had 2 kids, and I gave it back to them, and 2 brothers came by and like, you know what, just take these guys. I don't want to take them back home. Alright guys, next day over, and there are no eggs over here anymore. The slate is all gone of the eggs. However, I did make a pretty good discovery here. This tank over here, even though the parents were captured and bagged and stressed out and everything, when we came back, remember I showed you guys that this slate here was clear. So that means that the wigglers here probably wiggled somewhere, and they, you know, they fell down here or something, and the snail probably ate the rest of them. But the pair right here, they discovered the eggs, or they discovered the wiggler, and they reattached the wigglers to the slate here. So it's very, very interesting. It goes to show that these more wild bloodline here, they do actually care and have a, you know, good memory that, you know, this is home, and they still had their kids and everything behind here. So this aspect of their behavior, I haven't seen them being studied before. So this is a part of like what I've discovered with these fish, is that since these are 25% wild Santa Isabel bloodline, they are actually very, very good parents. And this guy right here is still going to be attacking my hand. So if no one wants these guys, this guy's a really good looking fella, and that lady over there is a pretty good looking lady. So I might continue breeding these 2 right here. If people doesn't take these guys right here, it's okay. I'm not too sad about it. You know, they are the best of the best that I can produce. And, you know, moving on forward to the next generation, I wouldn't mind just, you know, continue breeding them with another fish, crossbreeding them, keeping, you know, a little bit of whatever wild bloodline that they have left onto the next generation here. So yeah, just want to show you guys that. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video all the way to the very end here. I truly appreciate it, and I just want to thank the people that has come out there saying hi to me, stopping by my table, saying, hey, I watched your video. I truly appreciate it. If you guys didn't tell me that, I would never know. But you know, my wife and I, we were very, very surprised of how many supporters that I have out there, how many people that said, hey, I watch your videos. It really means a lot to me. You guys showing up, supporting me and everything, buying all of my fishes, you know, open up tank space for me to continue breeding fishes. It really means a lot to me, guys. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching my video here. I hope to see you guys on the next video, and I wish you guys the best of health. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.